Hey everybody, Tom Barnes, Stories from the 78. We're heading to Pilsen because there is a fantastic new documentary. My friend Reginald Rice, you're the one who executive produced, directed the whole thing about highlighting this wonderful community that I think all of Chicago and many, many other states and beyond also find Pilsen to be very this amazing enclave of things and people and arts and everything. And you've highlighted that in your documentary.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much, Tom, for having me today. So we are preparing to screen Tracing Our Path through Pilsen at National Louis University on November 28th. The communications department here has been so supportive in preserving this space so that we could get this project viewed for the public. And it's been a very exciting time to walk into Pilsen and capture interviews and tell this story about Chicago, the artists, and the entrepreneurs in this space.
Right. And I feel like Pilsen is one of those neighborhoods that really reflects what's happening in Chicago right now. You know, there's some people that aren't happy with regentrification. There's other people that look at it as rebirth. There's everybody in the middle. Either way, however you sit, the fact of the matter is that Pilsen is bursting at the seams with creativity, with just beautiful artwork on the walls, the street art, the people coming out of here doing great things. So, and you highlighted some of those folks, right?
Absolutely. You know what, Tom, the whole perspective around gentrification for many of the artists and the residents, it's cultural retention, making sure that they could at least stay in the space that they've have deep roots in, but also there is an incentive to invite all forms of people from different classes and cultures as well. But in regards to the art, I believe that the art allows the residents there to preserve their identity, to preserve their deep roots within that culture or within
So,
that in that neighborhood. Yeah.
absolutely. I think a lot of people just want to remember when they go back to a neighborhood, it kind of, you want it to kind of still look like the way it was, given that, you know, time does march on and things change. But, you know, when I want to go back home to where I lived, it'd be nice if my home still kind of reminded me of my home. And I think that's the whole point, you know, and also preserve it for the future, right? Like we got to push, everything moves forward. But my mom is from the Pilsen area, so I'm very familiar, and I have a love for Pilsen and Little Village and that whole area. Uh, Talk about some of the folks that you highlighted out of there with like the Mexican arts and all that stuff that you kind of pulled for some of what Pilsen is and to the community.
Oh yeah, definitely. So there were multiple artists that I've sort of latched on to. Definitely Victor Martinez. He's currently at the Oppo Cultural Center currently, and he's exhibiting his work. Mr. Martinez's work primarily highlights the dream experience, but also the importance of identity and how identity transform over time and space. And I believe that he implements this idea to get us to understand that, yes, the people that reside primarily in Pilsen are of Latinx identity, but at the same time, there's a vast array of ways to define identity within that space. And I think that Mr. Martinez utilized his iconography, his art, to convey that message in his work. In addition, I've also interviewed Mario Maldonado. He is the Chicago Midwest Made owner who creates T-shirts there, and he emphasized the significance of Pilsen and the presence of Pilsen through the garments that he produced, the T-shirts that he sell at his location. So I've had the pleasure of interviewing these two artists and other artists as well. who all sort of have this perspective of emphasizing the significance of culture historically and identity historically from Mexico to the present time.
And this is one of three in a series of documentaries that you're doing?
Potentially, I'm
Potential,
hoping to do
hopefully.
three.
Yeah.
But this is the second series. The first documentary that I've done was on Bronzeville, so it's called Tracing Our Path Through Bronzeville, and I sort of go through the same process of interviewing artists and posing similar questions where I explore legacy and the artist's perspective and their contribution to Chicago.
That's fantastic. But the big one, the big event is coming up here. What was the date again? Was it the 28th, right, of November from 4 to 5 p.m., right?
Absolutely. November 28th from 4 to 5 p.m. here at National Louis University. Very, again, thankful for the communications department here. They've been very supportive and excited about this screening.
And it's free and open to the public, right? Like that's
Yes.
one of the other, you want to invite as many people as can fill the place and check it out. And if folks want information about it a little bit more, just to read about, is there a website you want people to go to?
Yes, so there is some promotional material that's available. It should be available through our communications department through National Louis University. So there is opportunities where potential people who will like to attend can show up and be in the space.
And I'll link that in the story with the video, so it'll all make sense to people and they'll see it all. Reginald, thank you so much for talking with me. Congratulations on getting this done. No small feat. And some of the folks that submitted, I think I heard that they did it via a smartphone.
Oh, absolutely.
That's incredible. That's actually how I do all my stories, through smartphone, because if you can do everything on something like this, you don't have to spend the money on something else, although these are getting pretty expensive these days. But either way, very cool to see all these different mediums put out something that means so much to so many people.
Yes, absolutely, Tom. It's been a real pleasure to observe the creative process and to connect with so many different people from Chicago and get these stories out.
Absolutely. There's never enough ways to get stories out. Just get them out. Positivity. Let's flood the market full of positivity, because it's the holidays, right? And we can use a little love.
Oh, absolutely.